Hello, I'm State Senator Bobby Powell Jr., representing Senate District 30 in Palm Beach County, and this is the Powell Press, Week 8 of the 2020 legislative session, and I have some important information that I'd like to share with you. This week I would like to discuss children's mental health, juror sanctions, my election as chair of the Florida Caucus of Black State Legislators, and several other noteworthy events that took place here in the Capitol. Welcome to the Powell Press. In the Full Appropriations Committee, my bill, Senate Bill 1440, an act related to children's mental health, passed with unanimous approval. Children's mental health aims to foster more collaboration between the mental health care systems for children and focuses on three areas: mobile response teams, the coordination of children's system of care, and crisis stabilization services. The companion bill is sponsored by Representative David Silvers in the Florida House and is expected to be heard here in the Senate next week. On the Senate floor, my bill, Senate Bill 1590, juror sanctions, passed unanimously. The bill amends current Florida statute to mirror federal law regarding sanctions for missing jury duty. It limits such punishment to any combination of the following: a fine not to exceed $1,000, a term of imprisonment not to exceed 3 days, and community service. This bill was filed in response to the harsh penalties forced upon DeAndre Somerville, a 21-year-old in Palm Beach County, by Judge John Castronakis. In that particular case, we know that the judge sentenced DeAndre to 10 days in jail, 150 hours of community service, a full year of probation, and fines and penalties, amongst other things, making him go and do community service by speaking to other jurors to explain the importance of missing jury duty.
As we know, in Palm Beach County in the summer, there was a case where Judge John Castronakis sentenced a young man, DeAndre Somerville, who was 21 years old at the time, had never been in trouble at all, to a full year probation, 150 hours of community service, and 10 days in jail, amongst other things, including fines and fees for missing jury duty. This bill was brought up in order to make sure that we rectify that situation.
And I'm pleased to announce that I've been elected as chair of the Florida Caucus of Black State Legislators. I'm excited to continue the rich history and tradition of the Black Caucus by serving with the nearly 30 members to fight and advocate on behalf of the Black community here in the state of Florida. On the Senate floor, we discussed intercollegiate athlete compensation. This bill allows for certain athletes in colleges to be compensated for the use of their names, images, or likenesses. The bill was heard this week on second reading and discussed, and questions were asked. It will be debated and voted on next week. Also on the floor, we discussed a bill related to guardianship. The court will consider certain factors before appointing a guardian, and the bill places more restrictions on who can be a guardian and at what health or legal decisions the guardian can make on behalf of a minor or incapacitated person. That's all for this week's edition of the Powell Press. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment to stay involved with all of the happenings of the 2020 legislative session. Please join us next week for week 9 and the final week of the legislative session. Once again, I am State Senator Bobby Powell Jr., representing Senate District 30. And remember, a life of service is a life that counts. So long, everyone. Gotta get back to work.